Harry and Bunny Goose met one day at the Italian street fair. Harry, a stallion of 42, Miss Goose, a 17-year-old mare. Now the flowers were dancing as up these two prancing came close, rubbing each other's noses. Not knowing by farthest began the bizarrest of stories one ever supposes. Now Miss Goose was a junior at Mickey Rat High, still blooming in mother's protection, while Harry, a seed on the wind, on the weed, was a master of astral projection. At 10 p.m. sharp, like an arrow he'd dart through dimensions while bodily shirking, and hovering with ease as she slept like a breeze around Bunny's boudoir he'd spend lurking. Well, her father caught wind and he got all bothered and went seeking where Harry resided. Wait till she's 18. She's a child. She's a queen. And let that be what's been decided. Well, Harry pretended to not be offended and passively withdrew his presence. But home, jumping in bed, he flew out of his head, landing in Bunny's room like a pheasant. But so careless that evening forgot he when leaving to turn off the stove that cooked critters, and so absorbed in her beauty the flames did their duty and roasted his body to fritters. Now his mode of re-entry, once so elementary, now a stark impossibility, and not a speck of his name nor his status remained, or a trace of his horse-like virility. Well, Bunny Goose wailed and lamented and moaned when she learned of the terrible burning, while little she knew, nearby Harry flew, saying, "Somehow I'll soon be returning." A year or two passed, and 3 more at last, and beautiful Bunny met Benny, and Harry revived, for his moment arrived where for so long there hadn't been any. Now, Bunny and Benny's wedding was small, and just a few were on call to observe their ecstatic elation, while little they knew, nearby Harry flew, awaiting a swift incarnation. Now, that honeymoon night, not a pill was in sight, and Benny wore no such protection. At the height of their plunge, Harry boy lunged and entered the seed of conception. 9 months in the womb of his true love, and soon, one night, the first labor pain caught her, and Harry, so wild to be born a man-child, didn't look, and became their first daughter. Well, the nurse held her up to show Bunny and Benny. His eyes wildly cried, "It's me, Harry!" But attention was paid to just a wee maid named Clara, who they soon nicknamed Carrie. So, friends, when you're dealing with nature and power, whether you to heaven or hell go, watch how you deal with what's not and what's real, or you'll end up with your butt up your elbow.